Welcome back, Soulful Society, to Soulful of Wellness,
the multi-generational podcast brought to you by two functional imperfectionists
and certified coaches
who deliver tips to live your most authentic, balanced, and anxiety-free life. Today's episode is all about the little things you can do in a day to improve your well-being. We're going back to basics because wellness doesn't have to be complicated, nor is it one size fits all. So pick and choose the little acts that most resonate with you. Welcome back, listeners, and thank you for joining us for another week of wellness. Please take a moment to follow, rate, and review Soulful of Wellness because the algorithm really places a big emphasis on those ratings and reviews to promote the podcast to find new listeners who will hopefully enjoy our content.
True change happens in really small moments of pausing, reflecting, and the act of consciously choosing. In the moment, it might seem small, but what's happening inside of you is truly profound. You're slowly but surely cultivating a new way of being by doing the little things. You're directing your brain to replace its old patterns and instincts with new ones that are more aligned with your values, hopes, and goals. So, we're here to tell you some good news. You don't have to go and make some massive change in your life to experience a better sense of well-being and balance.
I think of the book Eat, Pray, Love when she needed a complete overhaul of her life because she was completely dissatisfied with the state of affairs of all aspects of her life at the beginning of the book. That works for people who want that kind of complete overhaul. But the good news is that the vast majority of us don't need that to actualize the change we want to see for ourselves long term.
So true. And I find that to be a huge relief. I don't have a lot of intensity, I guess you could say, behind my routines. I like to be more small and slow and kind of do things a little bit different, if that makes sense, as opposed to I need to start this new habit and it's got to happen. If I'd say that to myself, honestly, I'm not going to do it. It's just not going to stick.
I think that way about the complete overhaul, upend your life, go on a journey to a faraway place, because I am not a risk taker. And that's putting it mildly. Whatever the opposite of risk taker is, I'm that. But I am very comforted to realize that I can achieve true lasting lifestyle changes without any of that.
Good news, Kit. There is no need for big dramatic life changes. Well, you know this very well. We learned it, in our coaching program, and what a relief to learn that it's really just about little baby changes that you do consistently. And that's not to say you have to be 10 out of 10 perfect every time. Of course not. But it's nice to know that it's about the tiny things. So today we're going to give you a few tools in order to help you enact this lifestyle of personal growth, of just little ways to improve your wellness, even in a moment's time. Change your mood, change your well-being.
You mentioned don't have to be 10 out of 10 on the changes every time. And that's such an important aspect of it, because I'm probably not going to be 10 out of 10 on any one change regardless. I kind of hope for usually maybe 7 or 8 out of 10 times I'm going to pick the option that better aligns with who I am becoming. And then sometimes it's easier to just default to old habits, and that's fine. It's not going to undermine my progress.
That's important.
I'm still making progress.
Absolutely. Nothing has to be perfect in order to see change and transformation. What a relief, imperfectionist. What a relief. It reminds me, real quick before we get into the tools, it reminds me of growing up. Oh, my mom was so awesome. She used to say if we were getting our report cards back, A B is great, okay? It is above average. And my brother and I'd be like, yeah, you're right. A B is a great. For ADHD kids, sometimes school doesn't come the easiest because you're not always in an environment that's conducive for your learning type. So I digress. Anyways, go for the B plus, go for the B. Okay, be above average. You don't have to be an A plus.
I love that reframe.
Yeah.
A B is not less than, it's better than, as your mom said, the average.
Mm-hmm.
I love what that could do for so many kids who never even thought of a B as being a win.
It is a win.
All they see is it's not an A. It's worse than everybody else who got an A. But once again, that's not our benchmark. Other people are not our benchmark.
No.
I am my own benchmark.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I am my own benchmark. That's like a bumper sticker.
It is. It's one of those bumper stickers you read and you think, what the? And then you're like, oh, wait, I think I get it. Okay.
Takes you a moment.
Right. We promised you some small things you can do day to day that we can promise you will see lasting change over time. Let's launch in.
First things first, do a self-care check-in. Cool. So this is sort of in this mental, spiritual category. It helps you prioritize your current areas of need, right? It's almost like doing your wellness wheel.
Yes, it really is.
Pretty much the same thing. How am I doing? Like current state of affairs with me. How am I truly? No surface level, not ignoring or pushing down feelings. Like, how am I doing? So self-care is defined in the Soulful Society as any deliberate activity that makes you feel like yourself. Boom.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even want to say anything. I just want to go process that.
Mic drop. So this self-care is aimed to support your mental, emotional, and physical well-being holistically, taking you into account as the whole person, but it can be any activity that makes you feel like you.
Relating it back to what we talked about at the top of the episode, it doesn't have to be a big deal thing. It can be a 5-minute fill in the blank of whatever it is that works for you. It could even be a 2-minute if that's what you need and have in the moment to give to, once again, fill in the blank, calming yourself down, getting yourself excited, whatever you need to be who you want to be and be able to live that in the moment, especially in times of high emotion or if you're feeling reactive, if you need to just collect your thoughts. Take that time for yourself.
And it's customizable. It's unique to you. So we offer that you make a little checklist of what activities make you feel like yourself. It could be, honestly, anything. Or maybe what activity brings you back to a sense of serenity or homeostasis? Is it grounding, earthing, going outside, taking a bath? Those things are great too. But also Disney karaoke in your car, I'm projecting right now, is also fantastic. It's anything that can really take you out of the stress that you're experiencing and take you back into yourself again, because it'll allow you to have capacity to be in the present moment.
Yes.
We're like all striving for that, but it's so much easier said than done. Even if I'll set an intention for the day, like I want to be present, it's not that simple.
No. So the two parts to it. One is a little bit of planning can go a long way. So you look at your week. If you have a chaotic week, find the pockets where you can put in some quiet time, some time for yourself to just bring it all down a notch because you're anticipating that's what you're going to need. But then also what you're talking about, if you're crazy with the chaos and the energy of whatever's happening in your life and you realize, wait, I'm being reactive. This is going nowhere healthy for me. I'm going to say or do something I'm later going to wish I took back. I'm going to give myself a timeout. I'm going to go to my car because that's what's available. And I'm going to spend 5 minutes singing along to my Disney songs, whatever it is, in the car. Do it. Find a bathroom with no one else in it. Dance for a few minutes like a spaz and just let it out so that you can recenter yourself, say, okay, I'm going back to it.
Yeah, let your freak flag fly, baby. And happy Pride Month, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This is so perfect. So do anything that makes you feel like you. Celebrate you. Ah, we love it.
Number 2, increase your physical activity level.
So this can be anything. Again, it can be that little dance that you do, right? It can be around in the kitchen. It can be, like Kit said, in a bathroom without anyone there. It can be going for a walk with your best friend. It can be walking your dog.
Yeah, close your office door, lower the blinds, whatever works. Typically, when we think of increasing your fitness, your movement, your activity level, we think of, okay, I'm going to schedule a class at the gym or, the big deal things.
45-minute, yeah.
Right, getting there, the shower, the changing clothes. That's great too. Not what we're talking about here. We're talking about going up and down the stairs a few times. They always say, take the stairs instead of the elevator. That too. But I have been known to go up and down the same flight or two of stairs for a few minutes because I know when I have too much energy and I need to burn a little off. It can be very, very effective.
Here at Soulful Wellness, we're all about like the low pressure wellness activities. Like when you think of increase your fitness level, it really does, or increase your activity level, it really does come to mind like, oh, all right, gotta do 3 times a week, blah, blah, blah. No, it's really just about getting short bursts of movement throughout the day. It can really help close an emotional cycle. So physiologically, we can only be in a state of emotion. Let's put sadness or anger, for example, for 25 minutes. So obviously, right, we can be sad or angry for longer, but really that's just us extending the emotion.
You're renewing it.
Exactly.
You did your minutes and then you chose to renew it.
Right. So doing a set of 10 push-ups when you're really angry.
My coworker caught me doing push-ups in the break room the other day.
Really?
This isn't about improving your fitness, although that is a nice byproduct over time. This is about what you need in the moment to get things out. And I was just feeling like there was so much going on. And I went into the break room and I was just cranking out a set of push-ups. And she walked in, she's like, oh my gosh, look at you. And at first I was so embarrassed. And then I realized, like, what do I have to be embarrassed? Because I started to explain myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I just needed to get the extra energy out. And then I realized, like, why am I explaining myself? And she's such a sweet, accepting person. I knew she wasn't being judgy or anything.
Yes.
Even though admittedly, I'm sure I looked funny in my little dress doing push-ups on the floor. Yeah.
I love it. No, I love it. I feel like the theme of the past 2 tools has been just like be the weirdest version of yourself you can and watch how like it allows you to like process emotions.
And be attuned to yourself and what you need in the moment and not quashing it or telling yourself to be quiet later. You'll get your chance. Just power through. Saying, no, you know what, body and brain and emotions, you're sending me some pretty clear signals that I'm tempted to ignore, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give you a moment. We don't have longer.
Tool number 3. This is so simple, but it's important enough that we have an entire episode dedicated to it.
Yep.
Hydration. Start each day with a glass of water.
I've been doing it. Oh gosh, I could look in the episodes and see when the hydration episode was, because in preparation for that, that's when I started this as my habit. And let me tell you, it isn't even something I need to plan anymore. At night when I brush my teeth, I fill the big plastic cup of water that I keep upstairs and I put it by the bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I just reach for it. It is the first thing I do each and every day.
I do it too, Kit. I do it too. Because it sets you up for success because you're like giving your insides a shower and your body, since it's made up of a majority of water, it's just like a nice tiny thing that you could do that'll impact not only your physicality, but your mentality.
And psychologically, it gives me just the teeniest little boost because I feel like the day's already off to a good start because I already did one small good thing for myself.
It's tiny, but it makes you feel accomplished. You're like, yep, I did it. I took care of myself first thing by having 1 glass of water. Watch the magic unfold. It's like making your bed, only way better, but you know that satisfaction you get from
quicker,
doing that
and even easier.
that tiny little thing in the morning.
Number 4, get some plants. Plants can boost well-being in several different ways. Number 1, they purify the air. Research has shown that having plants around you in your physical environment can elevate your mood, can relieve stress, and can act as a natural air humidifier.
Wow. Thank you, plants. I'm so sorry.
I know, right?
To all of you that have suffered at the hands of me, because you guys deserve better. No, seriously though, plants are, I feel like inspired from this tool for sure, because it is such a beautiful way to not only add beauty in your environment, but to also actually impact the air, right? The vibe, many things in your environment. And so I feel like the theme with this one too is tidy up your environment a little bit, or put some intentionality, some good vibes in there.
Right. Other than the fact that I have caused the demise by showing my love through watering, and much like I keep telling my husband to not show me love through feeding me, I have just in the past year or two learned to exercise some self-restraint and not show my love through watering. But it's very hard because I'm like, I love you so much. You're so pretty. Here, can't do anything else for you. Have some more water. And it's like, oh God, please no, I'm drowning. Stop. Yeah. But I'm getting a handle on it because I understand just because I mean love doesn't mean it is love. I think there's probably a metaphor in there, but we don't have time to go into it right now. Get some plants.
I love it. I love it. All right. So the next one is really fun. So my aunt, who was actually on the podcast a few years ago to talk about aromatherapy, she's a certified health and wellness coach as well. She taught me this one: have a rainbow on your plate. So eat colorful food, real life colorful food, not just like rainbow goldfish. Sorry. Colorful fruits and vegetables. They add a smile to your face because they're just gorgeous, but they're also delicious, and they may benefit your mental health. I didn't expect this episode to be a plug for so many episodes, but we do have an episode on what to eat for your anxiety. And colorful vegetables and fruit are a part of that.
Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow. And it's as simple as that. Just if you're wondering how to get more nutrients, just add more color to the plate.
It is supported by science. People who ate more fruits and vegetables reported feeling better mental well-being and I quote here, life satisfaction. Life satisfaction than those who ate very little produce, even after accounting for lifestyle, health, and socioeconomic factors. And when I hear life satisfaction, that has the same impact on me as when I hear happiness. I think, yes, say less.
What do I need to do? I'll do that. Yeah.
I want life satisfaction. That sounds fantastic.
So the next tool is also like really heartwarming because it's called Pay It Forward. So volunteering or just doing a simple kind gesture for someone else is so meaningful, and it's going to give you that good feeling of reward. You know, it's rewarding, and it feels so nice to be helpful to other people. And even if it's caring for your pet, just putting that intentionality and focus on
or your plant,
someone else, or your plant could be your pet.
And it gives you that sense of confidence and competence. And it can get you to try something new. So that is one of my recent things, or things that I've gone back to since COVID. I just recently signed up for a few different volunteer things that I'm committing to over the summer, things that I've done in the past but haven't done in a few years, and I really miss. One of the things that I love about it is that it puts me a little bit out of my comfort zone. And when they ask you to do something, it feels a little scary sometimes if you've never ever done it before, but you're like, well, that's what I'm here for. I said I was here to help, so tell me how I can help. And then you do it and you think, well, dang, why do I sell myself short? I can do that.
I can do it. Yeah, speaking of life satisfaction, volunteering and helping a cause can really take us out of our own selves, right? And our own stressors and what's going on, and help put that energy towards making someone else's day better.
And it's so good for that zoom out strategy we've talked about in the past. If you need a little perspective, zooming out so you realize there is so much more around you can be so effective to just help you put the craziness of life into perspective.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. We are so grateful for you. Thank you for leaving us reviews, following us, and rating us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Till next time, peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light.
The Soulful of Wellness hosts are certified health and wellness coaches. This podcast is intended to inform and entertain listeners on their wellness journey. This podcast is meant to enhance, not replace, listeners' care from doctors, therapists, or other medical providers. So